This week on Dave's Hunting, Shooting, Bushcraft, we're spending time out on the range to cut down this barberchaired tree. It was a blowover and is blew down downhill and is pretty much a danger as it sits. It's been sitting there a year and it's time to get rid of it. So that's what we're doing today. Hope you hang around. Dave out. Hello, folks. A little bit different activity today and how I'm presenting it. We had a pin oak blow down on the rifle range about a year ago, and it barberchaired and it's hanging. It's on a steep cliff, and it's definitely a danger. So it's going to be a bit of a challenge to come down. I'm doing a voiceover just because of some camera issues that I was having. So apologize for that. So my voice is not matching what I'm saying there, but that's fine. And I think we're going to stick to that strategy for this video. But anyway, because of the way it's hanging, the approach I'm taking, and general approach you should take when you're cutting up a fallen tree, is always work from the tip of the tree back to the stump. There are some occasions when you can do the opposite, but for the most part, that's the strategy. And the tip is all into mud and water, so that's a fun adventure in and of itself. So you see, that's initially what we're cutting, and then after that, it gets into more of a challenge of dealing with the angle. And we'll talk about that more later. The angle being how the tree is actually hanging. So anyway, that's coming up. Hang in there. Dave out. So it's at this point that I'm making my first cut that actually starts to lower the log onto the ground. You can see how it just dropped a little bit. So doing and cutting from the underneath up and making sure to watch the bar so it doesn't get pinched. That's how I did those cuts. And you'll see coming up, it's a series of that repeated up to a point. But after I cut each section, I'm taking the time right now to go ahead and trim them up into firewall blocks. So a couple things that you can't see very well that is going on that are really important to what I'm doing is this log, the tree, the way it fell is in between other trees. So on the left or right side of the tree, there are standing trees that are holding it in place and will prevent it from rolling too much to one side or the other. In fact, my saw is just right next to one of those right now, and that plays an important part in what I choose how I choose to approach this, and knowing that I'm pretty safe going up to this, and as you'll see, everything falls straight down. It does not have a tendency to want to roll one way or the other, and that holds true all the way up the tree. The other factor the cameras can't portray very well is how steep this hill is. It gets ridiculous here in a minute trying to go up and down it, and it presents a challenge for me, and I think it would anybody, but for me it was a challenge dealing with the hill, in addition to trying to do take care of this down tree.
So, what you're not seeing is it's trapped in between these two trees. It's not going to roll this, not going to roll towards me downhill. At least not until we get a lot higher up. That gets a little bit more sketchy. But right now, I'm fairly confident which way it's going to roll. So let's see what we do with the rest of this.
Always take a time that's necessary to make sure you get a good, clean, clear open space. You see I spent a little bit of time doing that here. Probably not the best at that as I should be, but in this case, I think I spent an adequate amount of time making sure that the walkway side that trees pretty free and clear that I can jump back, up or down, forward or backwards. Anybody can jump up and down, forward or backwards very quickly, and all the brush and debris is out of the way. Lillie gets a little close here. I'm going to stop and call her to make her stand behind me, which she does. Usually Lillie does a pretty good job of staying behind me or staying afar when I'm cutting trees. This time she got a little curious. So anyway, you'll see that that's a constant thing that I'm aware of, is where is Lillie as I'm making cuts, especially cuts that will have something fall down. At this angle, you can really start to appreciate how steep the frame is. You can see the tree. It's definitely a hanger. It's up fairly high. Soon it gets well above my head. And you can see I'm climbing up the hillside. So both come into play right now very seriously. One link of the chain actually comes off the bar and binds the saw. That's why it won't run. So I did put the chain brake on, so I'm not touching the live chain. Not quite that crazy. But anyway, yeah, with the chain brake on, I am able to, once I figure it out. It took me a while. I thought it had a stick stuck in it. But once I get it figured out, we get it going. Just a simple popping that link back into the guide there.
So it's getting too steep for me to continue cutting that way. It's on this little island out here. You see it's steep on either side of it. So I'm just going to try to cut away at it and then, you know, bounce back.
So this strategy of trying to cut it here at the barber chair, it's a good thought, but just because of the poor footing and the inability to access the part I need to cut at the right angle, it's a futile effort. And so we'll see, switch gears here in a few minutes. The wood here is under a tremendous amount of tension, and everything that when I cut it, it's snapping and popping. So yeah, it's you know, as the thought I had here was that maybe with enough relief cuts, it would naturally fall to my left. That proved no, it's not going. There's just too much tension in that, and not being able to get to the right angle to attack it just left me with a different option. You'll see here in a minute. That slip helped me decide really quickly it's time to do something different.
All right, I got the echo from this. I got the rope hooked up. Goes around that tree up to Lillie and the ATV. So anyways, hopefully it puts enough side pressure when we knock this thing over. Let's see what happens.
All right, that kind of worked. So the tree did go to my left side there. And so now I can finish bucking up this tree. And so same process I was doing before, little lengths and keep cutting away at it. Sure, I hear my chain falls off, and this is pretty much where I decided to call it a day. I do come back the next time at the property and finish this little bit up, trim off the stump, and also cut up those pieces. So we'll end it here. Like I always say, make kindness your business. Do something kind for somebody, and geez, you just never know how that may affect somebody and how it may alter their lives and what it may do for you. So take a minute and try to be kind. Dave out.